Hello Fishers, welcome to session 2. Today's topic is all about generating cash flow. When you're new to business, this is the biggest obstacle that you need to overcome. Generating cash flow to business success is leverage. And what we mean by leverage is even more with even less. Busy is the new dumb. Remember that. Busy is the new dumb. So our job as business owners is divide to multiply. And what I mean, 4 ways to get leverage in your business. One is through people and education. So break down the education that you need and your people, the systems and the technology that delivery and distribution. How are you getting your product to market is test and measuring. I can't stress this single point enough. Everything is about test and measuring. So let's talk about marketing for a few minutes, because that's the whole point of generating cash. So there's 2 roles. One is to communicate and the other is to educate. So our job is to let customers know what's available. What do you have to offer? What the benefits are of buying product from you versus somebody else. What to buy might sound not that obvious, but what to buy and how to choose what to buy. So the first 2 really are about creating the awareness, and the last 2 about the education and how to buy from you. So often businesses leave out that call to action. How to buy from you, whether you accept credit cards, how are you going to go about doing the transaction, when are you going to be available, when is your deliveries going to arrive. So it's just not advertising. It starts well before the first purchase and continues well after the last sale. So in business, it's half and half. Half distribution and half marketing. You might not have realized that. You just thought, oh, we'll just go to work. No, it's equally as important to be able to spend time doing the business, the distribution, and creating and educating your customers. Get the product to the customers, and then, more importantly, get them back more and more to buy more and more from you. It costs you money, or even if it didn't cost you physical money, it costs you energy and time to find a customer. It makes a lot more sense to try to sell more and more to that customer than to continuously trying to find new customers. So building a marketing campaign starts with who. Make a list of your target market segments, the niches or all groups. Why would you start with making a list? Because it makes it real. If you have a list of 5 people, or a segment, or a niche, or its groups, have a list of wholesalers, it makes it real. When you don't have a list and you say, okay, my target market is wholesalers, you're after wallet share, not market share. Yeah, wallet share is about, I want to be able to supply that customer with everything that they need rather than supply the whole market. You just want to be, pardon the pun, a big fish in their sea. So your ideal customer, A, is awesome. B, is basic. C, you can't deal with them. And D, they're dead. So have a look at the amount of people that you're dealing with in your database. Get rid of the dead ones. The ones that you can't deal with, your job is to educate them to at least be basic, or delete them into the dead pile. Get rid of them. They're actually wasting your time. They don't value what you do. They don't treat you as a professional. They're probably not even paying you. Building a marketing campaign, where? How will you get a list of every business or every business owner in the category to market yourself to? Where? does your target market congregate in the highest numbers? That's something you've got to answer. It might be as simple as we sell to restaurants. They're very visible. They're in the street. Wholesalers. Maybe you've got to do a Google search. But who and now where? You need to get yourself a list. Now design a specific offer to each of your target group that hits on their frustrations. Your business only exists to fill somebody's needs. It's not the other way around. Since you're just getting into business, I think it's worth pausing for a minute and talking about this. Your business only exists to fill somebody's needs. And that's the whole point of marketing. Like, you're creating awareness of how your product solves a need. It's just not, I've caught a lot of fish someone wants to buy. Your product serves a need, a specific need and a frustration that a business owner has. And when you can join their needs and their frustrations with your product and your service, a transaction will happen. And multiple transactions will happen. I don't know if you've ever pondered that thought, but your business has to fulfill a need, otherwise it will not be in business for very long. Make sure it's limited and time sensitive. You're dealing with a fresh product. You're dealing with a finite resource, not an infinite resource. So make sure when you're talking to somebody, this is not, you don't over promise and under deliver. It's seasonal product you're dealing with. So you can't say, I will always have snapper available, when it's not true. So don't over commit to anything. There's two different forms in pricing. There's discounting, and everybody loves discount. There's also adding value. What do you think is the most profitable? That's right, adding value. Adding value with your freshness, the way you've handled your product. Think about this for a minute. Remember the gold rushes in America? We had gold rushes here in Australia too. The gold miners didn't make the money. It was the person who sold the gold pan to the gold miner that actually made the money. They were adding value. That's where the real wealth is. Adding value means giving true service, doing what you're saying you're going to do, upgrading them, giving them more than they expect. Yeah, and so it's not just black and white. Give someone more than they expect, and they'll tell other people about you. And that's how your business will grow, through referrals. So why will they reply to your marketing? Why will they agree to see you? Why will they end up buying from you? We have to answer all of those questions in your offer. How you need to decide exactly how you're going to get your message across. Are you going to be using social media? But think about your target market. If you're building a retail business, social media might be the best platform. If you're building a business for wholesalers, for example, or to sell to restaurants, a direct mail campaign definitely be a lot better. If you're using the cooperative model, think about how you could use products like SMF Blue to get your message across about how wonderful your product is. But being efficient doesn't mean that you don't do marketing. Be dynamic and make sure your method is targeted to a specific audience. 3 most important in any marketing campaign. Know your target. And that's 10 out of 10. your offer is 5 out of 10 and your copy is 1 out of 10. So let me explain that. Most people think about it the other way around. They think of what's in your campaign is more important. But just say that you were let's do something ridiculous. You sell walking frames for aged care homes. Now, you wouldn't advertise or anything in a childcare. It's not what your target is. So if you get your target wrong, it doesn't matter what the copy is, because you missed the mark. So remember that. The copy is not as important, or the content of what you're saying isn't as important, and then your offer. Target right. Target, offer, copy, not the other way around. And that's why so many people don't do marketing, because they say, I'm no good at creating the content. I don't know what to say. Here's your homework from today's session. What are you prepared to invest to attract a customer? Because remember from session 1, everything we do in business is a number. So what are you prepared to spend to get a new customer? If you're using the cooperative model, that's not going to be an issue for you today. But what are you prepared to do if you're not using the co-op to attract a buyer? What's the budget? Open a Facebook or an Instagram business page. That has to be a part of your personal page, but open one of those. Who is your ideal customer? Document what makes somebody an A-grade customer. An A-grade customer to you. It's things like they pay on time. They really value you. Prepared to give referrals. They're prepared to tell their friends about you. That's what makes an A-grade. Now it's time to get into action. Take care, everyone. Bye.